GETTYBritish businesses need to know Brexit transition terms within 12 weeks, Sam Wood said. Unless a deal was struck before Christmas, big city firms would start to implement plans for a hard Brexit, which could see them shift their operations to the continent. Mr. Woods, a deputy governor at the bank, said a proposed two-year transition after the UK formally leaves the Union in March 2019 was highly welcome. But he criticized EU chiefs for their delay in announcing their position and said the lack of clarity could damage European businesses as well. Addressing top financiers today, Mr. Woods said the EU's position on transition is not yet clear, despite some obvious risks to EU financial stability in its absence. The EU's position on transition is not yet clear, Sam Woods. If we get to Christmas and the negotiations have not reached any agreement on this topic, diminishing marginal returns will kick in. Firms would start discounting the likelihood of a transition in the central case of their planning. Brexit Secretary David Davis has hinted at the possibility of walking away from negotiations if the EU does not offer a satisfactory deal, and he repeated his position this week. He told delegates at the Tory party conference, "If the outcome of negotiations falls short of the deal, we will be ready for the alternative. That is what a responsible government does. Anything else would be a dereliction of duty." Theresa May used a major speech in Florence last month to reassure European leaders the UK would honour its €20 billion £18 billion obligations to the EU's long-term budget for 2 years after Brexit. Brexit talks between David Davis and Michel Barnier have reached an impasse. She have also set out plans for a 2-year transition period which would give businesses both at home and in Europe the chance to adapt to any new regulations without impacting on trade. But the EU's chief negotiator Michel Barnier has yet to make clear Europe's position on the proposed transition. Mr. Barnier welcomed the clarity the Prime Minister's speech provided, but said nothing on whether or not the EU would be open to a transition period, and if so, on what terms.